Hey, what's up, guys? Leaf Green Goblin here, coming at you with another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about showing off some of my cards, my species collection binder. Not too many cards here. Well, not too many different species. I've still, I haven't really fully committed to collecting a bunch of species, mostly because you get in sometimes you get in the awkward spot where it's like, oh, I have three of these cards in slabs. Do I really need to collect a whole binder? But I'm going to be showing off some of the benefits of collecting these type of things, and I hope you guys enjoy. You can skip to the end if you want for some reason, and you'll hear me kind of summarize the whole video. So, hope you guys enjoy. Hey, what's up, guys? So, I wanted to start off with this particular collection because, as you can see, with just a page and a half, I've pretty much collected all of the Hydreigon slash Iron Jugulus cards. And aside from the black and white secret rare and this Hydreigon right here, this full art, I think this is XY. All of these cards were under $5. And I was able to see, as you can see, different holo types. You got the cracked ice over here. You have different artists. You got the Komiya. You got, here's another, the XY break card. You can have like an illustration rare, this Jellybean type of art, background art. So as you can see, even the plasma, with just a couple cards with a couple dollars, I mean, if you really take out this secret rare card, I mean, you can get these type of collections in your binder for maybe 30, 40 bucks total. So maybe like the next time you think of collecting, buying like a $50 card, just think that you can pull off these type of displays in your art, in your binder. And moving along here, because this one here, I really just like Hydreigon more than Dino and Zweilous, but here like I'm collecting all three of the evolutionary line for Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence. A lot of my higher priced Salamence cards are in slabs, so I'm probably going to be getting some non-holo versions, and you'll see that in some of these other collections. But yeah, the cool thing is you can choose, if you want to pay up a little more to get some of these reverse holo rares, you can do that. Otherwise, sometimes the plain art really works just as fine. But yeah, for me, the binders with these type of collections, it's more about just having the art itself. You'll see every once in a while, like I'll double up on an art just because I have it. Like I pulled both of these cards, so I figured why not. Same thing with these. I already had these in my collection, so might as well get them. But you'll see some people, they'll collect first edition and the unlimited version. But for me, it's just, if the reverse holo, for example, if it's like $1 or more, I'll get it. But really, you can pick up, like, especially Bagon, a lot of these cards, except for maybe these three, there's only like 50 cents, and when it comes to commons and uncommons, you go down from like near mint to light played. Oh, it's like 10 cents a card sometimes. Then I want to show you an example of how sometimes you'll run across some cards or Pokemon, excuse me, where there's not even that many of them. I think I'm only missing like 3 or 4 Hippowdons. And let me get that off here. I have the level X I need to get, but I'm pretty sure I think I'm missing only 2 or 3. I got a 12 pocket binder here, but again, if you're a big fan of Hippowdon and, you also like slabs, are you going to be really getting PSA 10 versions of these uncommon cards or common cards, or besides the level X, if you're a slab collector, when are you going to be collecting these type of Pokemon? So I think it's really a great way to collect Pokemon that maybe are less appreciated in terms of like value. If a card's it's not that expensive, then you shouldn't really be paying up exorbitant amount of money for a low pop PSA 10. Moving on to some more popular Pokemon here, I want to show you guys the Squirtle evolutionary line. And I started here going chronologically. I forgot which Squirtle I had saved here. But like here, for example, I have a Squirtle. It's not really a Squirtle, it's a Ditto, but any type of Squirtle, or if it looks like a Squirtle, I want it. I have the Wartortle, the Blastoise, and again, I'm going to keep repeating it, like, I got this card, just the reverse holo rare. I'm pretty sure the reverse holo is a lot more. I think it's like 20 bucks. And it's the same thing with this Ditto here. So if you're looking just to get the art, I think it's great for the binders. And moving on to the down the evolutionary line. As you guys can see here, when you get to the evolutionary lines or Pokemon where there's a lot of cards for it, I'm missing the Blastoise XY promo. I'm missing the other XY full art. I'm missing excuse me, what is it? The Blastoise EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. I have that in my EX binder. And yet I've still been able to manage to collect a lot of, I'm filling up my binder. I mean, here, I got over a page and 2 pages here, 2.5 pages, right? Yeah, about that. And you can collect, like, for example, this. When would I ever have this in a collection? But in this binder, in this collection, it fits. And going back to, saving money on non-holos here, I think I forgot I got this in a pickup or something. I don't really remember how I gained this card, but I want the holo in a PSA 10 or a PSA 9. Why do I need to also spend up for a holo in the binder? So that's kind of my thought process. And with these type of binders, it's cool to just pick up. I picked up this card recently. Again, would I want this in a slab? No. Would I pay a lot of money for it? No. As a standalone card, but in a whole, when you wrap it all together, it fits. Here's another rare. This is like a Danon card. I don't know if it's a yogurt. I don't really know the release of some of these cards, but yeah, I want a no rarity Blastoise. But for the binder, Celebrations works just fine for me. So here, this is just wanted to give you guys a look. I know it's very, it's very common collecting species, but I just wanted to give you guys just an idea of how much you can fill up your binder, how cheap it can be. Here we have some Cyndaquils and Quillavas and Typhlosions, and reason why I want to show you this part of my collection is you can learn, even a Pokemon that you really like, you can learn about cards you never knew about. I did not know about this Japanese exclusive Cyndaquil movie promo. Right here, I have this spot saved for a Japanese McDonald's promo. And again, look at all these different types of arts. It's kind of just a double whammy. You're collecting. If you don't like the art, you like the Pokemon. If you like the Pokemon and the art, it goes together beautifully. And then you combine those two together, and now you have a collection of just, even if you might not like the art of a Pokemon, if you like it and it goes well with the other Cyndaquils, there's just a nice synergy while also being different arts, different, as you can see here, I'm collecting the Professor Elms just because there's a Cyndaquil. Oh, there we go. Little Cyndaquil right down there. So yeah, that's it for me right now on showcasing some of these. I don't want to blabber too much on this because I feel like a lot of people do collect these things, but yeah, if you're somebody who likes to collect higher end cards and then you want just like a nice little binder, instead of trying to collect sets and collecting like the alternate arts and stuff in binders and buying all near mint, just remember you could always, there's nothing wrong with collecting a couple commons and just collecting cards that are, the cards that, I love Dusknoir, for example. Dusknoir does not have a lot of high profile cards. Well, would I rather just have a couple of Dusknoir slabs, or would I rather have some cool cards, a cool little binder collection for the Dusknoir evolution line? So that's it from me here for the collection. Sending it back to the studio. Hey guys, so I hope you guys liked kind of a small showcase of some of the cards that I have in some of the species collections. Just a couple comments on part of that video was, for alternate arts, I was kind of singling out alternate cards. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant just in general, you'll have collections. For example, for me personally, the EX binder, spending $40 on a Cacturn EX, no hate against Cacturn, but when you're buying, we all have these collections where you buy a card and, it's for the collection. It's not necessarily for that specific card. And I'll think about it, I was like, man, this one card, $30, $40 can get me, half a page of a species binder or a full page, or can get me a couple pages of my artist binders, even like Yuka Mori, that could probably give me 2-3 pages of some of those commons. So that was one comment. And then another one was that when I was talking about the Hydreigon binder, and like if you remove the secret rare, it'll be like $30-$40. It's honestly cheaper with a lot of these binders. I kid you not, with not binders, but these collections, you can spend $10 and get, two full pages, especially with some of the lower end Pokemon. Like if you collect Kecleon, if you collect Cast Form or Kabutops, I'm gonna start a Armaldo binder eventually. So a lot of these more niche Pokemon, not as popular, you can really just stock up on the cards. And even if you like some of the more popular Pokemon, Pikachu, obviously there's a lot of expensive Pikachus out there, promos and whatnot. But with how many Pikachu cards there are out there, you can have several pages of just cheap Pikachu cards and it'll still be a beautiful collection. So there's a lot of different ways and you can tackle species binders. For me personally, why I like it so much, I touched upon this and earlier in the video, was that it's kind of just you know, an amalgamation or a sum of all these beautiful things into one. You can collect, you'll get different artists, you'll get different eras. You can see different eras of Pokemon, and you can get cheaper cards, and it'll still be a nice collection. You wrap that all into one, it's good bang for your buck. It's efficient collecting. You get to collect some of your favorite Pokemon for relatively cheap. That's the best part about it. Every once in a while, there's some negatives. For example, like the one negative I can think about is like cards like Rayquaza. I would say Rayquaza, even the cheapest Rayquaza cards, I think I probably could only fill one binder page of like $2, um, probably the CGI, like $2 full arts of Rayquaza. But for the most part, if I wanted a full Rayquaza binder, of every Rayquaza card, that's gonna get pretty expensive. But this doesn't need to be the main part. As you can see, like for me, if you ask me what's the main part of my collection, it would be EX era cards, that binder, and my slaps. But the collecting species, and in my next video or coming up eventually, I'll be talking about some artists, is really a great like bang for your buck type of collecting, while also adding some personality, and you can get pretty far with it. I feel like I keep repeating myself, so I'm going to end the video. Thanks guys for watching. Subscribe, comment. Please comment. How has binders or collecting species improved your collection, impacted it? What's the hierarchy of it in your collection? Is your Aggron binder page like the highlight of your collection, or is it more just like, yeah, when I don't want to spend a lot of money on cards, I'll pivot to that side of my collecting journey. So thanks guys. Have a good weekend, or whenever you watch this. Take care.